Promise that you'll catch me. Promise that you'll catch me. Promise that you'll catch me.
Hey, what up YouTube and all the Guap Nation out there. Today we are doing something way different. As y'all know, Monday is Labor Day, I believe. And I love cooking, I love smoking meats, that is. You guys see we got the commercial stove in the back. We also got the electric range, which we hardly use that. Cause like, come on, who likes electric? But we got the gas stove in the back. The house is a little bit dirty, but I'll give you a little 360. We got double ovens there. And this is the kitchen. So, as y'all know, there's holiday Monday. The kids and the wife want brisket. So I went to H-E-B, bought a brisket. Now this is all they had left. It has the deco fat already cut out, which I don't buy these. I like to do my own trimming. And I thought I'd show y'all a real inexpensive way. Y'all don't have to go out and buy which I usually do. But for the people who are on a budget, you don't have to go out and buy a $100 brisket. As y'all could see here, we have a $53 brisket. Now, I could rub this down with my special guap magic. It's my own recipe. And then throw it on the pit. But since this is kind of a low-end brisket, what I like to do with these is what they usually call like a float boat. So we're gonna throw the brisket, we're gonna rub it down, throw it in here. Then it's going to basically cook in its own tallow. Tallow is when the fat renders down, it becomes tallow. It becomes a golden, nice golden oil. And it's a smoke oil, which I usually, after I do the trimming, I'll throw it in a separate pan and let it all render down. That way I could throw that into my containers and I'll use that for eggs. I'll use that for cooking steaks and whatnot. It's just gives your food a good smoky flavor. So we are gonna go ahead and take this out to where I could throw it in this pan, and then we're gonna rub it down using a knife I got a long time ago from a subscriber. It's a Damascus steel. I love these knives. They stay sharp for a while till you have to go ahead and re-sharpen them. But let me pull this out and we'll take a look at it, see if it needs any trimming. So looking at it, it doesn't need too much trimming, but we will trim it a little bit. As y'all could, let me point y'all down. This is a skillet, don't mind, we just use that to cook some pork chops for dinner. So we'll go ahead and right off the top right here, just trim a little bit off. It don't need too much. Like I said, this one was already kind of trimmed some. You basically just want to make a little flap and then you're able to grab it and then just do away. And I guess this knife does need a little bit more sharpening. Actually, let me pull it off of here and let's throw it on our cutting block. Should make it a little bit easier to trim. There we go. And we're just gonna trim it to where it's not too much fat, but you still want that nice little kind of like a, I don't know, kind of like a small layer of fat. Let's flip this around so I can see this end. And we're gonna cut this little flap off. And that's basically all you're gonna do. Is you just want to have a small layer of flap. That way, it also leaves your brisket moist, because as it's rendering down, all the grease from it rendering down goes into your meat. Excuse the dogs, man. And that's how we're gonna do pieces like this right here, like little flaps you want to cut, because they're gonna burn. So we'll do that. We'll do that. Got a flap right there. Got more flaps right here, as y'all could see. Yep, so we're gonna cut that. Yeah, I definitely need to sharpen this knife. Got this piece right here. Well, let me grab another knife. Here we go. Couldn't find my other slicing knife, but this will work. So we're gonna cut off like this little piece that's hanging, because that'll end up burning. Just like that. And I think that's all this needs. Yep. All right, so I'm gonna put this in the bag right here, because we're not gonna use it. This one didn't really have too much fat, because I think they already had trimmed it before they packed it. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna take this glove off. All right, now we're gonna put some mustard on for a binder. Now this isn't gonna give any flavor. It's just a binder for the seasoning to stick. So you want to rub it all down. Like I said, this is a real inexpensive way where you could get a cheap brisket. And if you do this bulk float method, it's gonna basically soak up its juices as it's cooking. All the juices are gonna be in the pan. It's gonna soak it up and make it tender. And it's gonna be like if you bought an expensive brisket. Right now, briskets are expensive. I'm surprised I found this one for that price, because they're usually about $100 bucks. But that's basically all I want to do. Just make sure you get every nook and cranny. And then once we do that, we're gonna take my special rub. Now y'all could do y'all's own or buy one. I won't give y'all my recipe though. It's the guap magic. And you're basically just gonna put a good layer of your whatever rub you prefer. Just like that. Now let me go ahead and rub this all down with the rub, and we'll be back. All right. So we got this all rubbed down. I'm giving it a good pat so the rub will stick. All right, so we got that going. Now, what we need to do is go check on the fire, see if our fire's ready, and see what the pit is up to temp on. So we'll be back. All right, people. Let's go ahead and check the pit now. Make sure y'all give me that follow. I'm also on Facebook under the same theme. So it looks like our fire's still going. But what I'm gonna do is push this in. Where's my pole at? I got a push pole. I don't know where it's at. I think my girls got it. So we're gonna go ahead and push this in, so as it's burning down, it's also, woo, it's also heating up the pit. So here's the rig. That's the rig. She's dirty. I need to hit it with the power washer. Here's the rig. That fire door was open. The fire box is open, so it's not at the temp. But so we got the smoker here. Got like a little prep table. Underneath here is the water heater, because we do have water. Here we have the range. Propane. This is storage. If we come around, we have the firebox down here. This is the grill for grilling. Another prep table, storage, and then we have the vault right here, which is indirect heat. Fire goes down below. Fire goes up in here, and you're cooking with indirect heat. Oh, there's my pole. And here, beautiful grill. Oh, that didn't close right. There we go. And that's her. So now all we're gonna do is let this finish burning up. I need to get those logs into coal. And then I need to get this up to 250. And then it's gonna be a 16-hour cook after that. So it'll range anywhere from 225 to 250. It's gonna fluctuate. So this should be done by noon tomorrow, hopefully. Or actually, it took me a little bit of time to prepare everything. So maybe around 1, 2 o'clock. All right, guys. Oh, here's my doggy Haley. That's Haley Bear Doggy. All right, so we got the fire going pretty good. I just added another log in right now. We're about to close this up, but I'm gonna leave a little gap in here just cause I want more airflow until that first log burns that I just added. Well, not first, but the log I just added. So we come over here, we could see that we are at currently, we're almost at 250. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the brisket. We're gonna stick it in, and we're gonna wait out that whole 16-hour cook. I'm gonna come out here every hour and a half to maybe 2 hours, check on the fire, check on the temp, and then I'm gonna spritz the brisket. I'm gonna spritz the brisket with some apple cider vinegar, like about every 2 to 3 hours, just to keep the top moist. Again, there we are. We're at we just hit 250. Let's grab the brisket, put it in. Since we're gonna do that boat float method, we're just gonna go ahead and put the whole pan in there. That way it cooks in its juices also, and you get the smoke flavor. Cause this is kind of on your low end type of brisket. Let's place her up here. Don't get the brisket, girl. Open up the pit. As you can see, we're a little bit over, but as soon as we open this, the temperature's gonna drop. Now, I didn't clean the grill just cause, as y'all could see, we are cooking on, or in the pan. Had I put the brisket on top, I would have scraped it, sprayed it down with like some Pam, and then hit it with the torch to burn off all the rust, and I would have scraped it again. Then I would have hit it with the Pam again, just so I could season that that grill, the griddle, whatever you want to call it. Let's pick her up. Hopefully we won't drop it because I'm doing this with one hand. And she just goes in. And there we go. She's in there. 16 hours. Every hour and a half to 2 hours, I'm gonna check on the fire and check the temp. And then we're gonna spritz also with some apple cider vinegar. So we'll be back when we check the brisket in about an hour or two. Alright guys, here we go. About to check the fire. Let's see what temperature we're at. Woo, she at a little over 300. Not bad, not bad. Now we're going to give her a little spritz. Let's see what she looks like. Woo! That heat just hits you. Oh, and I didn't bring my glove out. But let's see if I could pull this out right here. Let's see what she looked like. Alright, she gained a little bit of color. Not bad. Let's give her a little spritz. A little spritz with some apple cider to keep her moist. Let's push this back in. And we're gonna, oh shit. So that's how she opens and closes. Let's close her up. Last one. I mean, of course it's gonna drop down. Now let's check our fire. And it looks like we need a piece of wood. So where's my poker? Oh, I don't know my oh, forgot to put the poker on the truck. Here we go. You can see we are pretty much coals right now. So we want to go ahead and add a log. Got that Texas mesquite. A lot of people like post oak, and I do. I use post oak a lot, but sometimes I like to use mesquite. I mean, it's a Texas thing, to be honest. So we're just gonna let that burn up for a bit before I close it, because you don't want dirty smoke. You want to let it burn up a bit before you push it in, so you get a clean smoke. Or else you're gonna get a lot of bitter smoke on your meats. So let me let that burn up. I'm gonna push it back in, and then I'll put y'all back on when it's time to check the temperature and sprint again. All right, we are in our second check. We got 300, which ain't that bad. Let's check our firebox. It looks like we're good for another log. So we about to put another log up in here. As you can see, we're all coal. You never want to let your coal go down, because that's what's gonna start your next log. So we're gonna grab our log right here, throw our log in. Like I said, you never want the coals to go down, because your coals is what's gonna start your log up and keep your heat source. We got the log up in here. Now we're just gonna let that catch on fire and let it burn off, because you want a good clean smoke. You don't want dirty smoke. You can get a bitter taste on your meat. So let's go ahead and grab a few more logs. I got my wood rack way over here. Let's go ahead and grab some. I hope I have some cut. I don't remember. I might not. Oh. This could do, maybe. Let's see. This might do. Let's see what else. Oh, look, I got logs down here. All right. This'll work. 1, 2, 3. I guess I had cut some not too long ago. So I'm gonna get these logs over there, and we'll be back on the next update. All right, we just threw our log in. We need to give her a spritz. So every time we put a log in, we're gonna spritz her. Let's also see what she looks like. Let's see what we get on this. Oh, she looking pretty. Check that out. She looking beautiful. Let's give her a spritz. Make sure she stays nice and moist. That should be good. Now let's pop her back in. And close her up. Oh shit. And there we go. Of course she's gonna drop down in temperature because we opened it up. But she'll be back up to the 250, 300 mark. So we'll be back on our next check. All right, it is 1:30 a.m. All right, it's looking like we probably might need a log in here. Let's pull this out and see. Yep. All right, let's throw a log up in here. Watch out, little doggy. All right, we got the log up. Let's get into the coals. There we go. I think I might need 2 logs. Let's put another one in. Oh, we got a small one. Yep, got a little small log right here. Put that in there too. Now we just want to push them in there until they catch. And they'll catch fire eventually. That's why you don't want to let your coals die down. Because if you let your coals die down, you won't be able to light your logs on fire. So we'll let that catch right now. What is our temp? Let's check our temp. We're at a little below 250, but we should have been at 250. But when I opened up the firebox door, of course, we're gonna drop down a few temps. So let's open her up and we're gonna give her some sprints. There we go. Let's go ahead and pull the rack out. And let's see what she looks like. Oh, she's looking pretty. She's looking pretty. Let's give her some sprints. Keep her nice and basted. Because nobody wants a dry brisket. Alright, people. It is 1 o'clock. Actually, 1:20. Our fire's already died down. I let it die. So towards the end, I'll let it die down and leave the brisket in there. We let it rest. So it got finished like around probably about 12:45 around there in the morning or afternoon actually. And I let the fire die down. So it's been resting for about 30 minutes. And she is done. I'm gonna pull her out now and put her in my warm box. That's still hot. Let me put the camera down real quick and we'll be back. All right, and here she is, that nice mahogany color. She is looking delicious. The camera can't really pick the color up, but she is gorgeous. Super tender. Check that out. Ooh, that's still hot. Yes, I'm poking it. I'm the one who's gonna eat it. I'm not serving it to anybody else, but super tender, man. Delicious. So now I'm gonna let this rest for about another hour before I cut it. I'll probably end up putting it in the oven at 170 and just let it sit there. Probably for about an hour or two. And then have a good, not lunch, I guess an early dinner. But there we go. I done taught y'all how to take a cheap brisket and turn it into something flavorful. Again, it's been sitting in its juices, as y'all could see. So it's gonna be tender like if you were to buy a $100 brisket. So we'll be back when I start cutting this baby. Peace. All right, guys, time to cut into this baby. I'm gonna start slicing it. Yeah, I don't know where the grain's at. Ooh, looks sexy. Nice and juicy. Check this out. And this is the lean part. This is the lean part. Oh, just falling apart. Look. See that? Taste test. Perfect. And now that's just the lean part. And that's how tender that is. And this was only a $53 brisket. Oh, she looked pretty. The juices are all rendering down. The fat has rendered down. Let's go ahead and give y'all a view. Oh. Look at these juices just. Ooh. Like butter. I don't know if I'm getting the angles right, but man, let me show y'all the marbled part, the fat part, which is what everybody shows. Check this out. Look at that. Oh my God. See, nice and jiggly. Ooh, look at these juices come out. Telling y'all, y'all need to try this. And it's also a good way. Let me put y'all back on. Now, it's also a good way or a method, the way I showed y'all. If you're not experienced in smoking meats, because it gives you a little bit of forgiveness in case your temperature goes down or you forget to add a log. For the fact that it's sitting in its juices already and the juices are hot and it's keeping everything to temperature. In case you forget, now don't go and forget for like 3-4 hours without putting a log, because then your fire just went out and you're basically just starting from ground zero again. But as y'all could see, $53 brisket. This was the cheapest one they had. It was already kind of trimmed, which I didn't like that, because I would have liked to have more of a fat cap on top than it already had, and it would have been a lot more juicier. But can't complain. This brisket came out perfect. So I'm gonna finish cutting up, and then we about to eat and tear this up. So thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for subscribing, the likes, the shares, the comments. If y'all like this cook video, let me know and I could do some more. I got a bunch of stuff up my sleeves that we could throw in the smoker. But till next time, I love y'all. See, I'm sweaty because it's already humid outside. It's Texas heat. And we'll catch y'all on the next one.